Overlooking the great city of Vancouver is a place full of beauty and wonder, a kingdom of the wilderness completely separated from the rest of the world, a gateway into experiences that cannot be found anywhere else. I'm talking about one of Vancouver's most famous and visited attractions, Grouse Mountain. This is the story about how I grew to know this mountain as a home, along with how it's impacted many others' lives as well. Grouse Mountain is one of Vancouver's most popular tourist attractions. It is open all year round with skiing and other activities in the winter, and many trails, shows, and structures to visit in the summer. Standing over 4,000 feet tall, it is commonly called the Peak of Vancouver. It was named by the first hikers to reach its summit in October of 1894, after the blue grouse which are commonly found throughout it. Due to its great skiing conditions, a lodge was soon built in the 1920s, along with plans for a private resort and a railway, although this never happened due to steel shortages. In 1929, the T Ski Club was formed, which today is one of the oldest ski clubs in Canada. Grouse Mountain also hosted a dinner for British Prime Minister Winston Churchill on September 2nd, 1929. Then, in 1949, Grouse opened up the world's first double chairlift, making accessibility to the mountain a lot easier and boosting Grouse's popularity as it began its journey to becoming the great attraction it is today. The first time I visited the mountain was when I was around 1 year old, but I don't remember that too well. I then returned a few more times when I was older for field trips and day camps, but it was when I was 8 that I started to see more of what the mountain had to offer. During the winter of 2012, I went to my first camp up at Grouse, which was incredible. Most winters in Vancouver are cold and rainy, without much snow or clear sky, so to see this place covered in snow up to your knees and bright sun shining down past the clouds was simply amazing. Every summer and many winters each year, I head up to Grouse for a week at camp and get so many great opportunities. One of these that has been quite unique to the mountain, and that has had a major effect on my life, is getting to learn hands-on about BC First Nations culture. In the forest of the mountain is the traditional Squamish Nation longhouse known as the Highwest Feast House. During my camp at Grouse, I got to venture inside of it and meet an elder from the nation. He showed us his people's traditions and performed dances and songs, then taught us how to do them too. This experience was incredible for me and has since led me to learn more about their culture, create art, visit famous historical sites, and become a lot more accepting to diversity as a whole. Grouse has also given me the opportunity to do many outdoor activities that I couldn't have done otherwise. Some of these include zip lining, rock climbing, archery, hiking to the mountain summit, and even feeding bears. I've also got to hike the Grouse Grind, which is a famous 2.9-kilometer hike that extends from the top to the bottom of the mountain, and going up the Eye of the Wind, a wind turbine that's the highest point in Vancouver. Fun fact, it's estimated to one day supply 25% of the mountain's power. Over the years, all of these experiences have played a massive role in shaping my love of nature and many other major aspects of my life. They have helped me explore my interests and develop new ones that I continue enjoying to this day. But Grouse Mountain hasn't just had a big effect on my life, but also on many others and even the entire city of Vancouver. Every year, tourism generates an estimated $4.4 billion for Metro Vancouver's economy, and Grouse Mountain is one of the leading factors in that. With an estimated 1.2 million visitors each year, Grouse Mountain's large profits help fund in keeping Vancouver such a great place. It also is a hub for wildlife education, with many programs dedicated to teaching both the young and old more about the wilderness around us. I personally learned a good amount of my extensive bird knowledge with their Owls and Birds in Motion program. There are also plans to make a 75-hectare regional park at Grouse Mountain, which will help preserve the wild freedom of countless species. Yet for many, the biggest impact Grouse Mountain has had on them is the same that it had for me the first time I ventured up there that one winter. In modern-day society, it's very easy to get swept away into the city life and have very little interaction with nature, so to visit a place full of untamed, beautiful wildlife is almost magical. To see firsthand how Grouse Mountain has affected others, I interviewed people visiting the mountain to see what they like most about it.
I really enjoyed the gondola ride on the way up here, and the facilities at the top of the mountain are spectacular.
I think it's the view. Well, the weather's beautiful, but it's the view of all the other mountains.
Seeing grizzly bears and seeing the snow.
I'm
love working at Grouse Mountain because I love working outside and I'm really passionate about the environment. So just being able to educate people about our local ecology and also sustainable energy is really fulfilling to me.
Thanks for watching the story of how just one mountain has had a major effect on people, the environment, and an entire city, and I hope you come to experience it one day too.